Here we go. Alright, well I do want to check this though. Real quick. Interesting. Okay, this is fine. Cool. I want to read that. No, I didn't. Okay. Wait. How come I can see it on my computer, but I can't see it on my phone? That's irritating. That's weird. Okay, here we go. I wanted to... Dang. That's weird. Just waiting for everybody to get in here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Actually, I think that's not even important. KQ Sniper. How much better are the Arc 12 than the 10? Well, they cost 25 or 20% more energy, sorry. So you'd expect them to be 20% more powerful, but they're actually 17% more powerful, which is, you know, not that much different, but take that as you will. That's based on like the maxed out stats. I'm assuming they both scale the same way, but I actually have no idea. Man, can I only edit this stuff when I'm... That's irritating. I can only edit this stuff on my computer, but I don't have, like... I don't have like the usual description thing like copied to my computer. I have it like on as a clipboard thing on my phone, but that's okay. Just email it to myself. It'll be fine. Happy 420. What's 420? Oh, that's the date. Okay. Hi, Stormy. What do I play on? Well, I'm playing on like a tablet that I have because I don't know. I feel like I like it slightly better than using a phone because a phone is so small it tends to get like really warm really quick. But maybe that's just me. Here we go. Copy that. Paste that. Save. Okay, good. So now everything's in the description. But I used to play on my phone during streams anyway. Lakshmi, hello. And so like I'd just paste in like my usual the usual description thing that I include, like my Discord and everything. But I don't have that on this device yet. I need to do that. You got a Tengu. Is it like the rank 1? Was it from the last event? What rank is it now? How do you like it? The Master, Macarena, hello. Mushumi, hi. I'm not giving my ID to anybody right now. Rank 3, level 7. That's not too bad. That's like... how much energy is that? It should be like 8. And then when you rank it up, it should have 10, I think. Happy to join the stream. Happy to have you here. You're not late, DJ. It's like 5 minutes. This is the first game I even played, so don't worry about it. Fine. One of these is a shadow, and I don't like that. Oh, never mind. Somebody else was a shadow. Get out of here, shadow. Oh no. That is not somebody I can deal with. Back up, back up, back up. Bad. I'm dead. That's unfortunate. What's my stalker's energy capacity? It is 24. I'll be trying the Arc 12s on stalker in a minute. I mean, trying it on a lot of things actually. Got like a whole list of mechs that I want to try it on, including some attackers and things. But I feel like you don't necessarily need it to be a 24 energy mech for you to be able to utilize it very well. Search HP is trash. Oh, it really, really is. But it can still be fun, because it's like it forces you to be super, super careful. It's one of those mechs that's like so unforgiving. You make the smallest, like you make any wrong move and you're almost definitely dead. Owie. Okay. Where's my MD's energy capacity? It is 14. Recently maxed out my Guardian. It's not really relevant, but... Yeah, my MD needs literally one more level to be maxed out. But I'm still missing like 800 blueprints, so it's gonna cost me upward of like 4,000 A coins to get those blueprints. So I'm not forcing that upgrade. I'm just gonna wait until I get those blueprints. Okay. What is this? Oh. Okay. 3 of them. And usually, the Acolyte Challenge is like one of my favorites, because I usually finish it in like 2 or 3 battles. Yeah, cheetah, don't need that. So who here got the Maverick first try? I got it from the last one of the, like the season pass or whatever when it came out. Could you do dual arc 12 on Stalker? I plan to. Very much plan to. It's like probably the best mech to put it on, I would say at this point. I'm gonna do one more. I plan on doing at least 2 battles with each mech, just in case I have like a bad game or something. I wasn't really planning on doing any customs today. Hangar reviews, maybe. It depends on what happens. Yeah, DJ, I know you got it first try. I know Ender also got it first try. He's in the Discord server. If anybody else got it first or second try with like the free tokens. Collect some gold and silver crates and open them at once. That's what I usually do. But I opened all of them because I was getting as many Arc 12 blueprints as I could. And I do that when I get something new and I'm looking for specific blueprints. I just open as many as I can. At this point, my Arc 12 is duplicated, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm still looking for some blueprints, but none so much that like I really need to open crates for it. So I do plan to start saving them again. But yeah, that is a smart idea. I recommend everybody do that. Pro 1943 Macarena. Hi. I'm doing fine. How about you? Thank you for killing that guy. My weapons took forever to reload. Okay, you'll be fine. Here it is. Come on. Come on, I know you can do it. Yeah. All I really have to do is just jump when he shoots at me. And you're mostly fine. I jumped too early. You made it. What did you make it to, James? I don't think I understand. Sentry! Hello. Crispy Bacon is a player. Oh, I know. Bots don't use mortars. I just don't really care because, like, he's so obviously going to lose, like, really, really bad. Because instead of, like, grabbing beacons, he insists on trying to live as long as he can with his mortar setup. Which is actually the worst idea when you're, like, in a CPC match. But, you know, more power to him. I do not care. Oh, you made it to the stream. Well, hello. Bots do use mortars? Not mine. I guess early game bots do use mortars. I do recall getting, like, early game, mid game. I was paired up against a lot of rocket mortar guardian bots. But, I have not seen rocket mortars on bots in a very long time. Does Tengu's ability affect mechs behind walls? I think so. It's a good question, though, because I'm pretty sure Surge's does not. But, like, Zephyr's does. And they're both very, very similar abilities. So, like, I don't necessarily want to assume, but I think so. Rocket Mortar 8. Yeah, a lot of Rocket Mortar 8 Guardians early mid-game. Are there any custom matches this stream? I wasn't planning on it, Lakshmi. Those are Sunday's thing. But maybe, who knows? CPC is not really about surviving. That's why I beat many players that are above my power. They focus too much on staying alive and in turn lose the game to influence. Yeah. Yeah, Sentry, that's basically mortar users in a nutshell. You should not, in general, it's usually a bad idea to start with, like, a support build, like Javelin or Stasis Beam or Mortars. Those are usually either going to die really quickly or you'll survive the entire game and just lose. Rakshi, hello. Only Caustic Blast passes through walls. I mean, Zephyr's Shock Pulse does too. Mind if I do a few CPC battles with you in stream? Yeah. Yeah. I'll invite anybody who wants to play. If you're in my friends list, I will invite you. Do not invite me, though. Not on stream, anyway. Because I'll just ignore it most of the time. Can you show us what you got for the new crate rush? I got 400 A coins with my free spin. And then with the other free spin that I'm getting from the Accolade Challenge, I haven't done that yet. Like 4 streams in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm DJ. I'm gonna invite you. If you don't want to play, just ignore it. I don't care. But I'm streaming twice a week now, just as normal schedule. Once on Sunday, once on Wednesday. Good shot. Anybody else, if you're in my friends list, you can get online. I'll invite you. The Master Mech Arena. No, I'm not. I'm not accepting any new friends at the moment. Okay. Oh dang! I actually forgot to change to Stalker. That's okay. We'll do one more game with Surge. So does System Crash chat? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about System Crash. Thank you, Sentry. What's everyone's favorite mech? It's a good question. In terms of just like which one I generally enjoy using the most, that kind of changes a lot, but my favorite's probably Shadow. Well, I messed that up. Don't nice me, I ran into a wall. Okay, going out this way might be a bad idea, because I pretty easily just get sniped. Away. He did. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, he's gonna spawn back in. Right. Get out of here! Well, I'm dead. Don't give me that. Here's his Guardian. That's a good one. That was actually my favorite mech for a very long time. I used long arms on it. It was a beast. There was a point in time where like its ability didn't really work properly, so people didn't really use it. But I think that's fixed now, so it works fine. Works more than fine. Fired a little too early on that. Stole your kills. I'm sorry, I'm just like that. The ability was like 5 seconds. No, what happened was the system crashed. Like, it didn't work properly. So like if you had a quick cooldown for your ability, like Cheetah or something, as soon as your cooldown was back, your weapons would also be back, even if they shouldn't have been. And same thing with weapons. If you had like Arc Torrents, where it's like a recharge weapon, it technically only has 3-second cooldown or reload, and then it starts to recharge. Right? You get some amount of ammo, and then you have to and then it starts recharging again. So what would happen is it would only like crash you for like a second or 3, and after that, your ability would come back regardless of what it was. And even if you used your ability and it was supposed to be on cooldown, if you system crashed it, you would technically get your ability back sooner. Like that also happened, and that was bad. Like it was more of a plus to get system crashed than it was anything else. Your favorite currently is Stalker? Oh man, Stalker is a monster. Does ability duration work for system crash? No, because that's based on the opponent's mech. It has nothing to do with like your own ability. It crashes like their weapons and their ability depending on what ability and weapons that they're using. I'm gonna change my mech real quick. Stalker. Was your comment on bonuses? They're pointless. Sentry pointed out to me, well, I mean, he gave me a screenshot and we both kind of realized at the exact same time that apparently, like, if you buy the $5 one, that plus 80 bonus goes away. But if you buy the $10 one, the 200 bonus goes away, but it turns into an 80 bonus that is then permanent. So technically, you're not losing 200, you're losing 120, but that's still, I mean, obviously it's still not good. And that's really irritating a lot of like spenders who rely on like being able to buy resources from here, which I personally almost never even buy resources from this section. I wait until there's like a deal or something. But I can understand how like it's really irritating that they're basically just giving you less for your money, but trying to make it seem like you're getting more, but you're really not. What's the point of having ability duration on Ares' shield? Absolutely nothing. It doesn't do anything because it's a durability. I got so many assists, but they don't even matter in CPC. Yeah, I'm sorry, DJ. They raised the price of A-coins. Yeah, technically. Like, the price per A-coin went up. $80 extra A-coins gets you pretty much nothing. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much exactly it. And like I wouldn't like mind this kind of like visual setup, you know, like if they had like plus 100 on the $5 one, because like it was always kind of weird to like try to figure out exactly how much per A coin, but like since it's 80 for $1 and then be 8,000 for $100, and then you can directly see how much extra you're getting along with it. So like I don't necessarily mind like the purchase bonus thing, but the fact that it goes away after buying it is what I mind. I think Swinky said deals are on Fridays and Sundays. I mean, I log in every day and I get them when I can. The one that I get the most often would be this one on the far left. 11 hours, 40 minutes. It's available every 3 days, and I get it almost every time because it's just $5. You get $5 worth of A-coins, and then you get like 750 A-coins worth of Protege crate. So it's technically like, what is it? Like 225% value, something like that. Some people are starting to protest by not buying. But if you do that, you can get banned. Wait. If you stop buying things, you'll get banned? I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Are people getting banned because they're not buying things? Ruffles, how old are you? I am 22. Only on Juggy it matters. No, I think the Master Mech Arena, I think that also affects it affects like Zephyr, because Zephyr's ability does have a duration. Basically, if you go to the mech's specifics, if you go to the mech and it gives you an ability duration time, if there is any stat on here that says ability duration, you can use an ability duration implant and it'll affect it. Dragon, yeah, no, I think it's actually the best deal in the entire game, and that is the only consistent purchase that I make. It's actually fantastic. Like 500 isn't a whole lot, but it starts to add up, and you get a lot of blueprints and stuff for it too, so. Ruffles a young one. Sentry, you're 7? I thought you were at least 8. If you tell people to stop buying, you will get banned. Really? So like the game like is tracking like your DMs, conversations, and stuff. So like if you're telling people in chat to stop buying things, they'll ban you. It's a little excessive. Omen, hello. You got the Voltaic RPG. Nice, nice. I mean, it's not good, but it's fun. It's bad. Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's what Mayor said. Yeah, I think that's what everybody said, to be fair. I'm kind of disappointed that I got it, but at the same time, it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun to use, like, not gonna lie. It's worse than RPG 6. Well, I mean, it does more damage than RPG 6, but in general, yeah, the mechanics are worse. I mean, the damage, though, it's not saying much because it's like 33% more energy than an RPG 6. It should be doing 33% more damage than an RPG 6, but it doesn't. It does more like 20% more or something like that. I don't remember. I looked at it at one point. It steals your blueprints. Okay. Anybody who's online, sorry. DJ. Deadshot, if you're in here, I'll give you a minute to get back on. Player may have to decrease its RPM and increase a little of the damage. Yeah. Well, you mean I think you mean increase its RPM. But yeah, the RPM is really slow, and the damage is not good. Although, interestingly enough, like the RPM and reload, the VRPG and the regular RPG, when you include the RPM and the reload speed, they both have almost the exact same cycle time. I think it's off by like a quarter second. Just sent me Mayor's post, okay. I'll check it later. I mean, I see a lot of the things that like Mayor says about different things, and I agree with most of them. Can't really think of one that I disagree with, but I don't necessarily like wait for Mayor to say it before I decide that it's true. Don't you dare. Get out of that corner. Oh, thank you. Man, that was quick. I can't hear the game sounds. I'm using like that one, I'm using the same like application I was using last time for Sunday's stream. It seems to be a lot smoother in terms of like actual streaming, but I can't hear anything. Okay. Not going. Gotcha, bro. No, 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 no. I was trying to switch target. Hitbox might be banned. Oh, really? Is he like an official content creator, though? He was getting close if he wasn't. You like my Gauss Rifle 10 video? Love the music you play, was fun to watch. You really want Gauss 10 now? There's another Gauss 10 video that I made. It's the Gauss 10 versus Long Arm video, and if you watch that, you will be convinced that you should not get Gauss 10. He started a protest. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard a lot of like the clans were basically boycotting the purchases, like any and all purchases, but dang, I didn't know they were banning people for it. Why Arc 12 sounds like pew pew pew? I don't know. I feel like I heard that they were having issues with the audio in the test server. And yeah, it doesn't sound right. I completely agree. You got the epic ability cooldown implant on Zephyr, level 4. It's awesome, 6-second cooldown. Yeah, yeah. I keep, let me see. I think I have the ability cooldown. Yeah, I put the ability cooldown on Major because I've been using this on Surge a lot, even though there's the Sky Strike one. I was using Major on Tengu for a while. And then I swapped, instead of Arc Torrents, I put Missile Racks on Tengu, and I'm actually liking that a lot. He just said that the bonus thing was a scam and they were stealing A coins from us. I mean, they basically were. You're going to ban Scape too? I don't know. I don't know. That's ridiculous, though. I think it's not necessarily people that, like, are speaking out against it. I think it's like if they catch you saying stuff like that in the global chat or in like your DMs, because I'm sure they have access to your DMs, like your in-game chat. They're not going to ban you for something that you say outside of the game. And I'm not sure they technically have the right to do that. I'm not adding anybody to my friends list, Omen, sorry. Arc 12 sounds like Gauss Rifle. Let's fight for a super buff. Dude, I wish. Gauss 10 might get a buff, though. Like, you've seen Shotgun 8 get a buff. You've seen, like, Long Arm 12 get a buff. Gauss 10 needs one so badly. So I'm really, really hoping it gets one. If not all of them, like, I would prefer all of them get a buff, just like a general Gauss 10 buff, obviously. But, you know, if they're not going to do that, I hope they at least give it to Gauss 10. Mayor's post said he didn't speak out about it because he didn't want to get banned. I see, I see, I see. But at the same time, I mean, unless there's somebody confirmed to have been banned, that may have just been like, it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody was getting banned for it. I can check your DM real quick. Because Mayor is not, English is not his first language, he's Ukrainian. So, in general, it could just be a thing of, like, you know, slight language barrier. Mayor's name is Nicholas and he's 29. Yeah, I saw. I followed him on Instagram recently. I didn't realize he even had it. It's night at your place? What time? Your hitbox's 33rd subscriber. Interesting. What about Gauss 4? Gauss 4 is garbage. 9:11 p.m. Interesting. Yeah, DJ, I saw your message. It's I'm not surprised. Most people most free-to-play players are glad that it increased just because they like to see that players with money are having a harder time with it. And that's just selfish in my opinion, but whatever. Yeah, he's made a few community posts and stuff about it, Felix. William, hello. Okay. No, I'll just start one by myself, it's fine. Spiky, how's it going? Well, this should be a fun map. The only other options were for buyers. Oh. I mean, that's fair. I'm not sure why he did it like that. I mean, you could be a free-to-play and still be irritated by that because it's like someone saying like I don't own a car because I live in the city, so I'm glad that the gas prices went up. That's just wrong. Like, you can still be irritated about it. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of levers. Out, 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 out. Get out, get out, get out. Okay, never mind. Do you think Plarium can add a legendary pilot in Battle Pass? I think they will at some point. I mean, they only have one legendary pilot at the moment, but I think if they added a new one, they would... I don't think they'd have a problem putting it in the Battle Pass. Get out of here. The interesting thing about Surge is that it can actually, like, it can kind of counter Tengu. If it dashes at you, it actually, like, it cancels out your jump, which I find interesting. Oh, great. I was gonna say, hold on. Got him. Hold on, I'll read that in a second, DJ. Who is... oh. Okay. That Zephyr had aimbot. No, that Zephyr was a bot. Will I ever do a face reveal in my live stream? Probably not. But I will at some point have, like, a face cam in my live stream. If I do a face reveal, it'll be something, I don't know, probably like a video or maybe a community post like Mayor did. But for the most part, I don't show my face because it's just not convenient for me right now. Like, I don't really have any decent equipment to be able to do that. And the like background back here isn't very nice, and I don't have very much like great lighting, so it just wouldn't be fantastic. if I did it. So I don't. Hold on. DJ. It was I am buyer and I am boycotting. It was I was buying special offers and I don't care. I've bought A-coins and will continue buying A-coins, or I'm a free to play and am happy. I mean, should have added it. You should have added a I'm a free to play and this still sucks. I don't know. I'm sure not a lot of people would have done that, but that's fair. You're a newbie in this game. I mean, everybody starts as a newbie in the game. It's alright. Whoever thinks the A-coin change is good is psychotic. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks it's good. Gab, hello. Now that I think about it, that Protege crate sale is nice. Better than what I was about to do every month. Oh yeah, some of these deals, like, I always compare like how much you get versus how much you would normally get from like something else. And a lot of the time they'll give you like this deal for like 2,400 A-coins plus an amateur crate for $20, when normally, at least before now, you could have gotten 2,500 A-coins for $20. So technically it was only 150 more A-coins worth, but that was sunk into an amateur crate, which isn't even really worth it. So like realistically, it was just a worse version of the same thing. And I'm sure a lot of people thought that maybe it was a good idea, but it really wasn't. Scape, how's it going? I have to do Ruffles to do a face reveal. I need dared me to change my name. That's fair. Feel free to do that. But like I said, the main reason that I don't is just because it's like not super convenient. Like I don't have very good lighting. The like thing behind me is like not very interesting. It's just not set up to be like that very much. And I think I have a camera somewhere, but I'd have to like hook it up, and I'm not really sure how to do that. That's not too much of an issue though. A new set of avatars came in yesterday. What do you mean? Let's see. Oh, yeah, interesting. I don't think I saw those bottom ones. This one's a cool one. I always thought like the design of this character was cool, but like Yeti as a pilot, not very good. One thing that free-to-play players fear or has a disadvantage is pay to win. I mean, sure, but normally they're not like as skilled or experienced as you guys, so you can always outfight them. I know lots of free-to-play players who just like beat the goodness out of any and all pay-to-win players. Do you think investing into MD or buying Disk Launcher 12? Definitely not MD. You probably won't use it very much. I know some people who like, you know, really like using MD, and that's fair. But yeah, Disk 12 is something that like realistically you're going to use long term. MD not so much. You're going to dip. Not sure if you'll be live when I return. All right, Sentry, see ya. Sorry I read that so late. Or your kill shot, because your kill shot's 18. 18 is a weird energy, so getting kill shot to 20 might not be a bad idea either. In the credits purchase, you'll get the same amount of credits as either. Yeah, but like you don't normally convert A coins to credits. It's usually not how you do it, because credits are just easier to get. They just deducted some credits and added the same amount as bonus. Wait. Hold on. Did they do the... Oh, yeah, they did do the bonus thing for credits. I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's interesting. But yeah, it looks like it's basically the same. Hold on. Voice reminds me of the actor Dan Bird, so that's who I visualize when I hear your voice. Oh, well, I can pretty much guarantee that that's not who you're gonna get when you see me. Do a face reveal right now. Yeah, that wouldn't even really work. I would have to do it on my tablet, and it would then be hard for me to actually like play while I'm keeping a decent camera angle. So, no. Is it just me, or were the areas with evil Jack skin equipped a little faster than normal areas? I mean, if you think that, you're probably wrong. I don't think that's true. You're making me think that maybe I need to do a test video on that now, so I might end up trying that, but likely, very likely, nothing's gonna come of it. Imagine epic assault pilot, legendary sniper pilot, legendary missile pilot, legendary close range pilot, legendary artillery, legendary guided. I mean, I would take a legendary close range all day long, and I would slap that sucker on my shadow, and I would be the happiest man alive. Has Aegis released? It has not, Gab, unfortunately. I really want it to. $5188 power. Yeah, I broke 5,000 like as a regular thing not too long ago. It's pretty cool. It used to be like in the 4,800s, 4,900s. You know you're a noob if you match up against Fart Hammer. Your total squad power is only 1,300. I mean, that's okay. Oh, you don't have the 5th slot. 5th slot's worth getting once you get like the resources to get it. But yeah, I mean, everybody starts somewhere. I had less than that at one point, so. Should I invest into Tengu after Killshot? It depends on what your Tengu is at, what your Killshot's at, and like what weapons you're running on it. Usually what you want to do, like I normally tell people in terms of like a balanced hangar overall, and that's just what I would consider like the ideal hangar. But realistically, especially when you're not super high squad power, realistically it's a better idea to just focus on one main mech and then focus on the others as like a side thing, because especially against bots, all you really need is one thing. So like 1 to 2 mechs, usually that being Killshot and Panther. A lot of people like max their Killshot or their Panther really early, and then everything else is like rank 4 and 5. But yeah, I would suggest, basically what I mean by that is I would suggest getting a good setup on your Killshot first, because that's probably your main mech, and then after that you can start doing Tengu. A good setup on Killshot would be like a disc launcher, or maybe missile rack, or even like Arc Torrent 10s. Next pilot is legendary beam. It is in a crate event. If you send Mech Arena official a video of you doing insane with Tengu no weapons, you have a chance to get free keys. Interesting. I saw an announcement thing of that on Discord, but I actually had no idea what the prize was. I might have to try that, DJ. Thank you for letting me know. What's the time frame? Do you know? Your power is only 489. That's okay. It's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. Your Tengu is at 6 right now. So rank 6 or level 6? There's a lot of people saying a lot of things. I'm just going to skip down here. So DJ, if you know what the time frame is, you accidentally typed me. I was wondering what you were doing with that. If you know what the deadline is, then please let me know. If not, then that's completely fine. I can look it up after this. I'm gonna change my Mech to Ares. I got the cool skin, so I'm gonna use that. Ruffles, can you do the Ares test? What exactly is the Ares test? Master Mech Arena. Saw a filtration of a woman pilot that looks like Cleopatra. I have not. I'll be honest, I don't see a lot of like leaked things or like things that like float around in the Mech Arena community. To be honest, I see almost none of that until somebody puts it into like a video on YouTube or a community post. And the reason is because I don't use Facebook, and the community on Reddit is honestly super toxic. And I don't enjoy that experience at all. Good. Hey. Derp-a-derp. Hit my shield, please. Thank you. Oh gosh, okay. Saw that coming. You sent me the vid that has the details, okay. Any customs? If not, it's pointless for you to watch. Well, I guess you can leave now because, yeah, I don't really plan on doing customs. That's Sunday's thing. I don't necessarily want to bring that into every stream. You can only really do so many customs before you start doing the same thing like 30 times in a row, so... I just barely did not kill that Ares. Ah, jeez. Panicked. Which is better, Ares or Juggernaut? Depends on the situation. Ares has more speed, and that's the main reason that people choose it over Juggernaut at this point. Its shield also has just a generally better mechanic to it, in that like it doesn't go down until someone takes it down. Juggernaut's shield goes down after a certain amount of time, regardless of like who shot at it or how much, or if anyone even shot at it. So you have to make sure that you activate it like when you know that you're gonna like need to use it, and sometimes that doesn't always work out. And if someone takes it down, then it adds to the cooldown time. The duration, the ability duration adds to the cooldown time, so it ends up being even longer. And that's not a lot of fun either. But in general, Juggernaut also has like higher HP and a higher shield durability, and the shield itself is just better because it covers the entire mech as opposed to just the front. So I think in that regard, both mechs are relatively balanced. Arc Torrent 12 is weak when you think about it. I mean, I'm not sure why. Bad Nightmares. Because regular Arc Torrents are really strong, and this is just a stronger version of the other Arc Torrents. So, I mean, it's no 16 energy weapon, but at the same time, like, Arc Torrent 6, you can do a decent amount with Arc Torrent 6 this late in the game. That's like one of the only 6 energy weapons you can actually bring into late game. Just because it does a lot of damage. How much HP does Ares shield have at 6-star? I mean, I can tell you how much it has at max. Shield durability, 31,000. And Juggernaut, my Juggernaut is not maxed out, but it has 21,000. When you rank it up, I think it ends up being, well, when you level it up anyway. I think it has more durability than Ares shield. Will be useless against a fully maxed dual railgun guardian. Okay. I mean, if that's your definition of like what determines whether something's useless or not, and that's not even true, because if you got like a range implant that gives you like almost 70 meters, and you're within that, if they miss with railgun, as long as you're in something that's like sort of fast or can take a hit, they got like 3 shots before they have to start reloading, and it's a long reload. So if they miss or they just don't happen to kill you, then you're probably gonna win. But that's the thing about railgun, is that it's just kind of like a super powerful one-hit weapon. Jug can block mortars, Ares can't. Yeah, that's true. Gotta go back to work. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Ares can protect his teammates. Yeah, I mean, they both have their ups and downs. Ares and Juggernaut both have like their preferred thing. Ares is probably a little bit easier to use, which is why more people use it than Juggernaut. Brickhouse, Ares, Juggernaut, Tengu, and Stalker are tanks. I mean, not classified as tanks, but they have like tank type HP. But not even, because Guardian has 99, has like almost 100,000, and the weakest tank in terms of HP is Ares with 113,000, almost 14. So technically, Guardian and Tengu are a little bit weak in that respect, and they don't have any like other tanky abilities, so I wouldn't really classify them as tanks. Stalker has the same HP as Ares, yeah. Tengu does not have more HP than Ares. Tengu has the same amount of HP as Guardian, and Guardian has less HP than Ares. With a pilot, it's a lot, and 100,000 is still like a good amount, but it's not more than Ares. What if the Guardian system crashes you and he has range implant? Okay. I mean, what if the Arc Torrent dude has a Zephyr and then they freeze you and then they kill you? I mean, like, you can create a scenario in which the Railgun will win, obviously, just like I can create a scenario in which the Arc Torrent can win. That's not the point, though. Ares and Stalker have the same health, yes. Now they do. That doesn't make Stalker a tank. Yeah, that's generally true. They both have, it has tank class HP, but it's not a tank. What is the weakest mech? In terms of HP, that would be Shadow and Surge. They both share the same HP pool, which is the lowest that's in the game. Gotta go ready for school, and if I have time, I'll come back to the stream. Alright, James, have a good day at school. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming for, but probably an hour or so at least. Sivanti, hello. What about Aegis? I don't think anyone really knows what Aegis's HP is going to be. There was like a leaked image where it had just like a stupid amount of HP, but I'm very, very certain that that's not accurate. I'm pretty sure it was photoshopped. Shadow is in top 5 best mech. No, that's not true. What is the strongest mech? The strongest mech in terms of HP? That would be Juggernaut. It actually has more HP than Brickhouse does, plus a shield. Its max HP should be 130,000. In terms of Aegis, yeah, you're probably right, but like I'm not going to assume anything. Shadow is to you by your experience. Okay, well, you can be good at a mech. That doesn't necessarily make it like top 5 meta. I'm good with Shadow. Shadow's the best mech that I have in my hangar. But I wouldn't consider it meta because I know how hard it is to use well. Lakshmi, hello. Welcome back. He does have next to 0 HP. You have to be like super, super careful with Shadow. You have to play him in a very specific way. I'm going to use Ares again. Do I agree or not? I mean, do I agree that Aegis should have 130,000 HP? I think it might. I'm not necessarily going to say that it will or won't, because I don't know. It might be the same HP that Ares has, it might be the same HP that Juggernaut has. It might be the same HP that Brickhouse has, you don't know. I don't know. Wait for this guy to respawn, because he's gonna respawn. Here we go. Gosh darn, 3 of them. Its ability. There's a real player on the enemy team. Yeah. I saw this guy. That'll be fine. Okay, he died. Oh, jeez. He's jumping around. Where the heck is... Oh, okay. Get out of here, dude. You're not the only one with the Tengu. Shadow with shotguns. I mean, fair enough, but like I did 5 damage. We're still winning by a small amount. I don't think he's gonna last too much longer. I feel like my team is botting him out pretty well. Don't really know. I feel like they are. Okay, I better get in here before they respawn. And then he's gonna die, and he's not gonna be able to respawn. So that's good. Basically the same. He's gonna spawn on my right. Yep, told you. All I got left is MD. Okay. He's just gonna try to focus me down. Well, actually, I'm the last person here, so that would make sense, wouldn't it? Would make some amount of sense for him to focus me down at this point. Honestly, no. Because I know he's going to do that, and he's just going to try the... Oh, geez, somebody else got me. He's just going to try the easy method of killing me by just throwing out his barrier. 11 kills? How the heck did he get 11 kills in that time? I barely gave him like 30, 40 seconds. Oh well. You want to time drop me? Well, you can certainly try. But I don't think it's gonna work. You've seen everything being released, Redux, Surge, Brickhouse, getting his ability. Yeah. You've been around since beta? Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. Me too. I joined, I think, a month or two before Redux and Surge came out. So I was there when people were, you know, duplicating their mechs, and that was a whole thing that people were doing. Which was kind of crazy, and I didn't personally like it that much, I'll be honest. Paragon, we're trying it. With an ugly skin, but whatever. Do I remember the time when JF4 costed 30,000 credits? I mean, that's probably when I bought it, but I'll be honest, after I buy something, I don't remember how much it cost, usually, and I don't know if they change the cost half the time. So... I mean, if it, I didn't even know that the JAV4 cost changed at any point. Because, like, again, I went through, like, the progress path and I bought most of the things that were unlocked. Well, that's irritating. Rocket mortars have a glitch. Yeah, I know. Okay. Where's this guy? This guy's... he's just mortar spamming now, so he might actually be really easy to beat, to be completely honest. Oh gosh, no. That's not happening. Yeah, okay. Well, he already died. Oh, look at that. Get out of here. I can get behind that. Oh yeah, he's getting 4-capped. That is why you don't start the match with a stupid mortar build. Sure, you can get a lot of free kills and you'll probably survive the whole game. But then most players after that, they're like, oh, the only reason I didn't win is because my team wasn't pulling their weight. It's like, no, the reason you didn't win was because you decided you'd start with a support setup and try to use it through the entire game without dying. So that's on you. Mortars are really, really good, but they're mostly effective in 5v5s. They're very effective in CPC, but only if you have backup, some kind of teammate, and or like you spawn it in a little bit later after you get a good number of beacons so that you're not just like wasting your time. Max Panther, Max Killshot, 6-star level 4 Brick House, 6-star level 6 Guardian, 6-star level 5 Zephyr. Cool, cool. Brick House is definitely an interesting mech to include, but depends on how you like to play, I guess. I did not get anything done with that Paragon. Sugar Plum is your friend? Nice. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to see like a random friend of yours in like a game on the other team, or even in like the global chat. At this point, when I get into the global chat, there's like at least 2 or 3 other people in my friends list there. Get out of my way, please. Out of my way, please. Thank you. Gosh dang. I hate that this is a stupid shadow. Javelin Rack Shadow, no less. Like, it's not even a good build. It's an irritating build, and it's one that you'll like likely last a long time with, but like Javelin Rack on Shadow is just redundant and is not at all a good idea. Oh dear. Mech Conqueror, hello. Get out of here, you creeper. Nope. Gosh dang it. Couldn't jump near soon enough. Not sure why he locked onto me so quickly. Ah. Would you please get out of my face? Thank you. Should you use Shadow or Tengu on what? Or with what, I guess I should say. Both are very effective. Tengu seems to be like slightly easier to use, but in terms of like shotguns, I think shotguns probably work a little bit better on Shadow than they do on Tengu. Missirak's a good choice for Tengu though. Same with like kill shot. Oh dang, no. I didn't order that. Man, I'm lagging a little bit. You want one light mech late game. I mean, in terms of light mechs, Tengu is just like the most generally useful. What do I think about the new bonus system? I think it's bogus. I think that they were already limiting free-to-play players by putting a combat point limit. So in that regard, like putting a limit on how much people spend, just generally, is, I suppose, more fair. But I put quotes on fair because it's still not a good idea. There are better ways to do it, but and I don't think that limiting the number of times that you should be able to play a CPC match and actually get rewards for it was ever a good idea. And I pretty often say that. In my opinion, it's one of the biggest issues in the game. Like I would, if you could actually like grind for blueprints and other resources, I think the game would be a lot more free-to-play friendly, but you can't do that. So in that regard, I think it's fair that they add that, but I don't think it was ever a good idea to do either. I'm also saving up for Brick House, need like 250,000 more credits. What is a good brawling setup on him? I mean, a good brawling setup on anything, it would be Arc Torrent. It's super, super powerful. The range implant gets you like an absurd amount of range. I wouldn't recommend even buying Brick House, to be completely honest. But if you're going to use it and you wanted a brawler setup, Carbine, Disc Launcher, or Arc Torrent. Disc Launcher or Arc Torrent preferably. Carbine as just like a side note. What are you guys talking about? Mech Conqueror, you gonna stick Brick House in the hole? In that hole there? I know a lot of people think that like Brick House and Redox and Surge are like really good because they're really far on the progress path and they're like legendary mechs, right? And since they cost so much, then they should be like really, really good to use. They're not. None of the three are really that great. Like you could not have them and still be using the most powerful set hangar possible. Everyone targets Brick House. Well, yeah, that plus like it's so slow it can't get away. What is my max squad power? Like, what is the maximum amount of squad power that I can have? I'm not sure. I think it's like 5,200, something like that. Let me see. So it would be like Disc 12. Wait. Why didn't it? Oh my gosh. It's irritating. And then in terms of the pilot, that's that. And then in terms of like you, the power rating. Yeah, I mean, I guess Jester is the highest power that I have right now. So in terms of MD, it would be like throw on Cheetah and then put on 2 of my highest 8 energy weapons, which I think would be Missile Rack. Why in the world did you suggest that I put this on? Idiot. Oh, because... Duh. Never mind. Because I'm already using a missile rack on something else. It's probably this. I'm already using another missile rack on Tengu. Okay, so both of those are max, those are max. And then I swap out Tengu with like another maxed out thing. So probably Redox, because I can then throw on the railguns, and those are really high. And then, yeah, what is that? So 5,400. I think that's the highest that I can get it. Carbine on Stalker equals madness. I mean, madness in that you're slightly mad for using it. Carbine isn't that great. You have a Shadow with single missile rack 8. That sounds amazing. Oh, Lakshmi, you at one point you could get the Disc Launcher 8 from an event. There was an event for it way back when, before they added it to the progress path. Anyway. Putting this back together. Wait, where's my Tango? Yes, I understand. Stop being dumb. Then instead of this... Okay. Stick with that for a while. Why don't I have a proper kill shot? I wouldn't have any kill shot if, you know, that equipment glitch hadn't happened and, like, literally just gave it to me. I hadn't bought the kill shot, Carbine 10, or Rocket Mortar 10, but it gave all 3 of them to me after that equipment bug happened. And then they fixed it, and then it just still said that I had it. So I just haven't upgraded it. I don't think I've upgraded the Rocket Mortar 10 either. I duplicated the Carbine 10 just because I already had it. The only reason I didn't buy it was because it was like super expensive and it's not worth it. But when I have some like 20 energy mechs, like a medium mechs takes a lot to max them out. So I do have a lot of 20 energy mechs. At least I had. So I duplicated it for that, because I already had the blueprints and everything. Is Disc Launcher 12 worth it to get for endgame? Absolutely. Disc Launcher 12 is great. Disc 16 does more damage. And yeah, you could throw it on like a maxed out attacker mech. But Disc Launcher 12 you can equip on an attacker mech before you max it out, number 1. And number 2, if you were to max out Stalker and put on 2 Disc Launcher 12s, that is like so much more deadly than a maxed out attacker with Disc 16s. Like, it's so deadly. Why don't I upgrade Killshot? Because when I started the game, I realized that it was like super OP to an unfair level, so I just decided I didn't want it. Do I have Missile Rack 12? I do. Arena Tournament King. Great channel, homie. Appreciate that if you're talking about me. Going to school? Okay, James. See ya. Now upgrade my kill shot? No. No thanks. You could, I mean, I have decided, I mean, for whatever it's worth, I appreciate any and all, like, donations through, like, Super Chat and whatever. But, like, if you do that, and you want to, like, tell me, you know, use this setup or do this custom game if we're doing custom games, or you can tell me to use that money and put it towards a specific mech or weapon, and I will do it. If you were to donate some money and you said, hey, use this to upgrade Killshot, I'll do it. Pretty sure, like, Killshot, let me see. What's it cost? 2,000 credits. So that's like 35 Acoins or something like that. Like 30, more like. So like 30 cents, but whatever. But yeah, I don't plan on upgrading my kill shot until it stops being absolutely ridiculous. Until it stops being everyone's top mech just because it's just kind of the best. Panther is technically better. And, you know, I haven't been using Panther either. I didn't realize how good Panther was for a while, so I upgraded it a few times. I ranked it up. But I left it at rank 4, and I haven't messed with it since. Do I want to play when you get out of school? That depends on what time you get out of school, and that also depends on whether or not I'm online. I don't know. You've been playing Apex Legends Mobile ever since soft launch came out. Haven't touched Mech Arena. Apex Legends Mobile actually sounds like it could be pretty fun. I've seen some games of it, but I don't know like how well that would translate to me. I'm more of a slightly slower paced, like more strategical thinker. Not so much like super fast paced games. But I do play some regular Apex with like my friends and stuff, so. At 2:50 p.m. Well, yeah, but that depends on what time zone you're in, James. Apex Mobile is sick. Nice, nice, nice. There's a lot of like mobile games I could probably really get into, but like the thing is, it's like I'm not much of a variety gamer. Like I have one thing that I play, and I play like basically only that, and that's it. And I just get like really, really into it. And I put everything, like I put all of my time and effort into like that one thing. And I'm just such a huge mech fan that I've been wanting a really good mech game, and I like the way that mobile games play, so mobile mech games are definitely something I enjoy a lot. What is your comment on stalker camping with mortar on brick house? I mean, that's 2 mechs on your team that are doing nothing. If you're doing CPC, it doesn't matter how much damage you're doing, you're going to be taking them out with 1 hit anyway, so you're basically wasting it. A lot of strategy. I mean, yeah, Apex is just a general strategy game, but you also do have to kind of get used to it. And like I said, I'm not much of a variety gamer, and I'm pretty bad at regular Apex, so. in tournament. I mean, feel free to do it. I'm not gonna say that like it's a great idea. I don't approve of any mortar camping in this game at this point. Like normally I'm fine with it because it's a valid strategy. And without pilots, it wouldn't be like stupidly powerful. So like go for it. But I think mortars in general is just so off the rails that if you're using mortars, you're just there for an easy game, not necessarily for a good time. Do a carbine 12 and a disc launcher 12 on Ares? Well, that seems like a weird idea. I'm doing Arc 12 builds right now. In fact, I'm going to be moving on to... Who do I want to try? I'm going to try Arachnoth for no reason. Next weapon was leak. It's called Red Laser 8, 12, and 16. Yeah, I don't think it's called Red Laser. That was... I think I even saw that name in that one video that I made of like all of the different files and things. There was some different mech names, but I also took a quick look at the weapons, and I'm pretty sure I remember seeing a Red Laser 8, 12, or well, it wasn't. It was Red Laser Light, Red Laser Medium, Red Laser Heavy. But that's just a placeholder name because most of the names there weren't like the actual name. It was just a brief description. Or just like the concept name, I guess. It looks a lot like Shock Train from War Robots, and that's what I'm assuming it's going to be. You didn't even know there was Arc 12 until you saw this video. I mean, that's fair if you haven't been playing Mech Arena for a while. There's a lot of videos like on YouTube about it, but I don't think any like streams or anything covered it. So they called it Red Laser in an APK file. Yeah, that's what I meant, basically. You think it's like 6, 10, and 12 like Arc Torrent? I mean, maybe, but 8, 12, and 16 are the same as Disc Launcher. So that's like an energy scheme that does exist already, so it's not like it's too ridiculous. Your rifles is running out of close quarters pilot. Oh, I've been out of close quarters pilots. Can I do a solo Guardian with any weapon? I mean, not right now. I mean, like I said earlier, if I get like a donation and you say like, hey, do this thing, then I'll do it because like you spent money on to see it, and I'm okay with that. But in general, I'm not just gonna accept any and all challenges just because that would take forever. And I would never really get anywhere with it. Do I play Mech Warrior since I love mechs? How cool if they have a fire type weapon in this game? Overheat other mechs like in Mech Warrior game? I don't play Mech Warrior actually, weirdly enough. Like I'm a mech fan, but like I said, I'm not a variety gamer, so like I had played War Robots for 4 years. And then I stopped, and then I came to this game, and I've been playing this for the last couple years. I took like a couple years break after War Robots as well, but like I didn't really do anything with that time. So yeah, I haven't really played a lot of different games. Like a massive mech fan, but like I haven't played a lot of different games. Most people are saying 8, 12, and 16. I mean, yeah, DJ. Like I said, that energy like pattern already exists, so I don't think that's not true. Like I think that's very valid. Do I think they'll release more VRPG versions? Yeah, definitely. I think maybe a 12 and a 16, possibly. I think that's what people are saying that they're expecting. I don't necessarily know if that's true, but 12 and a 16 sounds about right. They could also do like a 10 and a 12, like long arm. Can Tengu's stealth duration be increased with implant? There is a specific Tengu stealth duration implant. So in that regard, yes. In terms of, can I use an ability duration implant? I think so, but I think that affects the stasis duration and not the stealth duration, but I haven't checked. It was actually something that I planned to do in an upcoming video, was like check all of the different random abilities and things that were similar to that could potentially be increased by using like a duration implant, but that, you really don't know. Okay, well this guy doesn't really seem interested in hitting me, so I'm okay with that. Get out of here! Well, I think I'm dead. Yep. Yeah, there's an implant. Yeah, I think like if you get like if you get in max like all of the best Tengu implants or whatever, you can pretty much just get almost infinite stealth if you just like keep jumping. There's like a split second where you can be targeted. But then again, like I said before, the stealth isn't what makes Shadow good. Being up in someone's face the entire time, they know you're there. And they'll, more often than not, just absolutely destroy you with disc launchers. Go! Hold on, I see something about cartwheels. Get to that in a second. Oh, see? You see, I didn't do any damage to that surge. It canceled out my ability. And I think that's good because, like, surge is so garbage in basically every way. Just having it as a Tengu counter, not too bad. A nice little feature of an otherwise, you know, underperforming mech. I don't mind that at all. Evan Howard, you're fine, don't worry about it. Get here when you get here. I'm just glad that you decided to show up, so. Plarium should design a mech that does a cartwheel and call it my sister's name. Cartwheel duration all freaking day. Good idea. What's the max range of my shotgun? I think it's like 58 meters. I can check. This plus 33%, so that's like a third. And the shotguns themselves have, I think, 39 meters. Yeah. So that would be an additional 13 meters onto the 39, which is 52. Okay, so it's only 52 meters, but I think it was the Arc Torrent, actually. That's right, it was the Arc Torrent that's like 58 meters on one of my pilots. Yours is 55. Very nice, very nice. So you must have the legendary shotgun range at like 1 level higher than I do or something like that. Okay. We're gonna try that again because I really didn't get to do much with Arachnos there. It's definitely not a good weapon scheme for Arachnos, but nothing really is, I guess. Can Guardian cancel Tengu's ability midair to avoid the damage? I've seen it. I've seen it do it, but I've seen it not do it, so I genuinely don't really know. I think in general, Tengu finishes its ability and it just, you know, it still does the damage, but you still get system crashed. But like, I've also been like system crashed one time and then it stopped me from using my ability, I think. So, but it was the same with Zephyr. I think there's like a specific way that you can do it that can actually like cancel out the ability, and I'm not sure how exactly. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh jeez, okay. Well this looks dangerous. Oh wow, okay. Get out of here. Somebody using... Please, he doesn't have a good radius implant, at least. Wait, what even happened? Okay. I'm a little confused, but alright. Aw. I feel like Miserax are doing me a bit more solid than they used to. Yeah, I know. I see the guy. I mean, he's just gonna get himself killed. Kind of wasting his time with rocket mortars. Well, I'm glad you dropped down. Because I would have... Oh, never mind. I'm about to die anyway. Should probably have used, like, Shadow or something. So currently, we seem to be having an issue. These people... And we're still winning by a bit, I suppose, so... Not really worried. Oh dang. I hope he, Come on. No! Ah. Oh jeez. This guy's got javelin rack. Does he still have one more? Oh yeah, he does. Guardian's the only mech that can EMP a jumping Tengu. You mean system crash? I think at one point I tried it and like I still was able to finish my jump and do damage to Guardian, but that might have been like during the Guardian bug, so they might have fixed that along with like the rest of it. What is my strategy? I mean, in general, my strategy is just to get at least 3 beacons and just kind of keep that, and then take out as many players as possible. But you know, if the mortar guy tends to be too much of an issue, then I'll just focus down the mortar guy with like Shadow or Tengu, and make sure that he does not live anymore. Did you buy most of your implants, or did you get lucky and get some in the daily crate? I actually got most of them in the daily crate. Like I've gotten pretty lucky with my implants. I don't buy very many in the shop. I don't buy the. I don't buy this advanced implant crate because that's not worth it. There's like these random javelin rack range. It's pretty good, but like, you know, not really worth it for me. I have an epic one, so I'll just leave the legendary one. I don't really care. But I got a lot of them from this section, and I don't refresh it either. It's definitely not worth it. But I get I got a lot of the like the legendary and epic ones I did get from the free crate too, because you can't get all of them from these 6 for whatever reason. So it's only like certain ones, but certain ones I did buy through like with A-coins in that shop. Long arm reload is OP. Yeah. I do have I actually have a legendary one. And I got that through I think a regular crate, like the free crate. Getting that is worth it. Yep, definitely. I put that on my what's it called? Maverick. And I have Maverick as my long arm pilot because I like long arms a lot better than railgun. So I have like the range and the reload, and I think I even have a legendary damage on Maverick as well. Let me check. Come on, scroll down, please. Oh, okay, that is exactly not what I was trying to do. Okay, no, I have epic damage, but I do have the legendary reload. And the reload's the one that I put the most into, because that is definitely the most powerful one. Because reload on that thing is ridiculously long. My luck is the worst. I always get rare implants. Last time I got an epic was over 3 weeks ago. Man, that does kind of suck. Legendary railgun reload is insane. Yeah, I have the legendary railgun reload, and I think I also have the legendary railgun damage, but I didn't put it on the I didn't put it on Maverick just because railgun's good enough as is. And like long arm, yeah, see, I got both. I only upgraded them once each because I don't use railgun a whole lot. But yeah, those are definitely good, but like railgun's really good just as it is, so I just put those on Torchlight and gave the better pilot to long arm, so that, you know, I could get more usage out of it because I like long arm a lot better. How does Arc Torrent mag size work? As when used, it still shows 100 as the ammo. Oh, okay. I think I get what you're saying. So 100 in terms of like the beam and the any type of like recharging weapon. That's not an actual ammo size because let me see. It shows 100. But the magazine on the weapon in the weapon stats is 25. So the 100 is actually just a percentage of ammo, not at an actual ammo capacity. It's the same reason that like stasis beam and thermal lance both have 100 as their ammo, but like obvious stasis beam pretty clearly can fire for a lot longer because it has more ammo. The 100 is just like the percentage of ammo left, basically. Sentry, welcome back. Can I check your hangar? I mean, I can put it in. Put the ID in the chat, I guess. Yeah, maybe for a minute. I'm kind of tired of trying to use Arachnos. It's so bad. I might try Redux. Dang, this looks terrifying. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah, no problem. Welcome back, Bad Nightmares. Redux looks terrifying until you one-shot it. Yeah, no, that's completely true. A lot of things look scary, like Surge looks scary, but it's definitely not. Is it in Discord? Nah, DJ. We'll just do it here. Because I don't plan on necessarily making this like an hour, 2-hour like segment of my stream. It's just like I kind of want to take a break from playing for a second. It's my alarm. So I'll probably want to do like 1 or 2. Master Mech Arena. He gets firsties. Anyone else wants me to review their hangar, feel free to like leave your ID in the chat, and I may or may not get to it. No promises. You really want a 1v1? How do we other than Facebook? Because you don't have. I don't have Facebook either. I don't really want it. Because if I get Facebook, then like I keep getting invitations from a lot of different people, and most of them I'm okay with. Like I'll accept a random invitation if I'm not streaming or something. If I'm just kind of casually playing, like yeah, most of the time I'll accept a random invitation, play with some people for a little while. But if I were to like accept friends, if I were to like connect my Facebook or something, and then have friends through that, I would literally nonstop be bombarded with game requests, and I would have to put like a hard no. Like I'd have to just be like, I am not accepting any requests. If I'm gonna play with you, it's gonna be me inviting you. So that's kind of irritating. You gotta sleep now. Okay, Lakshmi. Thank you for sticking around. Have a good night. My ID is up here in the top left. Well, it's probably easier to just do it like this. So we could 1v1 on stream. I'm not 1v1ing on stream. Feel free to send a request. I'm not necessarily going to accept it, but feel free to send it. 1v1s are kind of boring, just like 2v2s are kind of boring, but most likely won't be 1v1ing on stream. I'll be honest though, you'd probably beat me. I don't know what your squad power is, but if it's over like 4,000, you'll probably beat me. Because most people just go all in with like whatever's like the best stuff, and I'm using like all kinds of like ridiculous things like Surge and MD. So realistically, most people do have a slight edge. Is the Maverick good? Well, it depends on whether or not you use sniper weapons. I mean, it's better than Torchlight, which is the rare sniper pilot. But it depends on like the weapons that you normally use. Like in my case, I don't have Faye, which is the epic artillery pilot, because the only artillery weapons that even exist are rocket mortar, and I absolutely refuse to use rocket mortar until they actually somewhat balance it. Same with Killshot. Zephyr, I'm starting to consider starting to use Zephyr again, because Zephyr seems to be a lot less popular nowadays, and it does seem to go down pretty quickly, quicker than it used to. And a lot of like top players aren't using Zephyr quite so often, so I'm slowly opening up to the possibility of using Zephyr again. And I've upgraded it once or twice, kind of recently. Not when you 1v1 me, it's intense. It's a 1v1. It's literally just going to be you hide until you see me, and then you know, one hit me with like your railguns or your mortars or whatever. And then just rinse and repeat. Mayor's online. Nice. You push, no camping. I mean, again, feel free to send me a request. I'm not necessarily going to accept it, but I don't really plan on 1v1ing on stream. Maybe some other time? You'll hunt me down. Look, I wouldn't have a problem like playing against people, but I personally don't enjoy 2v2s, not even if they're against other players. I don't personally enjoy 1v1s even more, just because I don't find them that interesting. It's just one mech versus one mech, so like there's not a lot of opportunities, there's not a lot of different things that can happen. Like if you're using like the top 1v1 mechs or like the top solo mechs like Panther, Zephyr, Killshot, those are obviously going to like vastly outperform anything else that someone could throw in. You gotta go. Oh, Master Mecherina, I was gonna review your hangar, but okay, good night. I think it's a good idea to bring the pay-to-win things like pilots into mechs and Crate Rush with free tokens by the events. I really want to see Stalker in the Crate Rush. I mean, Stalker, same with Tengu, were in the Crate Rush, but instead of free tokens, it was just like an A-coin event. So anyone who was saving up their A-coins and like, you know, grinding tournament and being smart about it, they could 100% guarantee that they got the item that was in there that they wanted, as opposed to just having 2 chances and then after that you'd have to buy your tokens. So I actually think that the A-coin events are better than just free token events. Can I just review your hangar? I mean, I can if you put it in the chat. Dang, I like it anyways. You like what? You like 1v1s? I've never been much of a 1v1 person. Like, I've 1v1'd a few people, and it's just, I don't know. Win or lose, I never really have a lot of fun. Hold up. Why the heck did it? Oh my gosh. Lots of white things. Gauss Rifle 6. I'm gonna assume that you got this for free. If you bought it, that wasn't exactly a great investment, because Gauss Rifle is something that you throw away very, very quickly. Spark is not the pilot for it, but then again, there's only one rare pilot for snipers, and you got that on Guardian, so that's fine. Or you got that Panther. I don't know why I said Guardian. Long Arm Panther is good. Missile Rack Guardian, also pretty good, but Missile Rack on Killshot would do you a lot better. Basically, everybody thinks that Javelin Rack Killshot is like super OP, but it's really not. It's like using mortars. It's easy to survive, and then you can just attribute your losses to, oh, my teammates weren't helping me out enough. But no, it was because you were staying behind cover, you were hiding, you weren't pushing beacons, you were, you know, staying back and getting free kills, but the free kills don't do you any good. So, realistically, you're a lot better off with Missile Rack. Shotgun on Zephyr is super powerful, so I wouldn't change that. If you have Disc Launcher 8s, you could put those on Guardian. All in all, a pretty well-rounded hangar, because you got like the 2 attackers, you got the fast scout, you got the support, and you got the tank. And then all your weapons are relatively rounded out too. You could put Jav 6s on Juggernaut, although I wouldn't really recommend it. Gauss Rifle 6s aren't bad. Like, I've tried Gauss 10s on my Juggernaut, and it's not the worst. Long arms do better at every range and basically any time interval, so just keep that in mind. Like, you're basically never going to do better with Gauss Rifle than you could do with a long arm. But there is no long arm 6s, so, you know, Gauss Rifle isn't a terrible idea. In terms of 6 energy weapons, there's not a lot of options. Missile Rack 6 is not worth getting. Javelin Rack 6 isn't that good on Juggernaut, and you definitely don't want 2 Javelin Rack setups. Apart from that, yeah, I don't know. You could put mortars on Guardian instead of the Missile Racks, and then put the Missile Racks on Killshot. That would probably be like one of your best options. Mako is also a beam pilot, I think. Yes, he is. This is a close range pilot, and you're not using a close range weapons. This is a missile pilot. And instead of using this pilot on Guardian, you're using it on a close range pilot. Instead of using this pilot on Zephyr, you're using it on a... None of your pilots are matched up, except for Panther. So that's probably the biggest thing that I would say to change right now. None of your pilots' innate skills. The innate skill up top, it says innate skill close damage. That means that it'll do more damage with close quarters weapons if you use that pilot on a mech with close quarters weapons. So put Jester on Zephyr, put Samson on Guardian. Mako is a beam pilot. You're not using beams, that's completely fine. You could put Spark, which is an artillery pilot, on Guardian, and then put Guardian with rocket mortars, put the missile racks on Killshot, along with a Samson pilot. Put Jester on Zephyr, obviously, and then put Mako with the Gauss Rifle 6s, because it's not going to match up anyway. So yeah, that's what I would say. Check your friend invites. I'll do that later. DJ doesn't always get his reviewed, but sometimes. Yeah, DJ, I'll do yours next, I guess. You don't have Disc 8. You have implants. That's fine. I didn't think that you had disc 8, which is why I suggested the rocket mortars instead. Rocket mortar isn't bad for Guardian. It's actually pretty good, since Guardian's super slow and can system crash basically anyone that's out of range, or that's, you know, too close to be in range. That plus, like, Guardian is an attacker, so it's going to rank up its energy capacity pretty quickly. And you can throw on the Rocket Mortar 12s on it pretty soon. And the Rocket Mortar 12s are the ones that you actually want to go for. The 8s are placeholders. The 10s should not be bought. You should just skip over those and go straight for the 12s. So yeah, like you can use the 8s until you get the 12s, and then you get the 12s, and then you just try to, you know, you use one 12 and one 8 until you can duplicate the 12. And that's about it. Sent you one I've previewed before. Bad Nightmares. Bad Nightmares, you want me to check yours? Sentry, I'll do yours too. Yeah, why not? Also got Maverick. Yeah, that's right, DJ. You said that. Let me check my... I'll do you in a minute. Sentry. Where's DJ? Here we go. Wasn't sure if you were online, didn't necessarily want to. Okay. You have 20 energy on your Panther? Okay. If you have, for some reason, the Gauss Rifle 4, that's probably a better idea than the Thermal Lance 4, because you would have to like specifically fire the Thermal Lance 4 and then apply overheat before firing the railgun, because if you fire them both at the same time, your railgun's going to be out of ammo by the time you get any kind of overheat effect. If you're okay with doing that, then that's fine. But in general, pairing something with Thermal Lance doesn't normally end well, because most of your ammo is gone. And it's sometimes, especially like when you're in a pinch, someone catches you off guard, or you have to, like, you know, quickly move around while you're aiming, it can be difficult to only fire one weapon and then wait to fire the other weapon. It's just a lot easier to fire both of them at the same time because the button's a lot bigger. That's a nice looking Tengu you got. Thermal Lance and Arc Torrent. 6, 8 energy. You might be better off with Shotgun 4s. I hear that they're pretty good on Tengu, but I don't know what rank yours are. So I wouldn't necessarily go with that. You could... Well, you got the Shotgun 8s on here. Okay. You could use like a single Missile Rack 8. But even that isn't really necessary. Let me see what implants you got. Shotgun range, Arc Torrent damage. I mean, you're clearly not going to be using all of these implants, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Jester, shotgun range, okay. So I'm assuming you switched G-Lock from Zephyr to Tengu, and it had this shotgun range on it. And you're just waiting for that discount thing to happen so that you can get all your implant parts back, and that's fine right now. You're not online right now. That's okay, Sentry. And that's fine. Yeah, to wait. I'm planning on waiting to do a few of my pilot things as well. So that's perfectly fine. The range is definitely the one that you want to focus on. In terms of Tengu, I almost feel like Arc Torrent Mag does a little bit better than the Arc Torrent damage. But, you know, whichever one that you have, feel free to use. Actually, I didn't check the implants on this guy. It's railgun damage, railgun reload. That's pretty good. Missile Rack on Stalker ain't bad. Oh, no. You got the Missile Rack damage radius? I haven't been able to find this one ever. I try I try to find it so many times. Sometimes I buy like those $10 deals that are like one advanced implant crate and then like 9 basic implant crates. And I'm just like, well, that's 10 implants that I'm gonna get. Hopefully one of them is a missile rack radius. And it never is. That is the one missile rack implant that I don't have. It's a really good one. That really defines like missile rack as like a relatively end game weapon. These are all good. The damage, the radius, the killshot dash radius. I wouldn't bother upgrading any rare damage implants, to be completely honest. If you want to do like a reload implant or something else, maybe something like killshot related, like ability cooldown or ability damage, if you have like an epic of either of those. But in terms of rare implants, unless it is Arc Torrent range or even like shotgun range, I wouldn't upgrade it any more than 2 times. Maybe 3. Already checked this. I think Jester only had 1 implant. Yeah, you definitely want to slap another implant on that guy. You probably have like a random ability duration, ability cooldown, shotgun damage implant, like literally anything. It'll do better than the nothing that's on there right now. In terms of the hangar as a whole, got like 3 relatively close range weapons, 1 sort of mid range, and then 1 sort of long range, and that's more or less fine. Because I'm very close range dominant as well in my hangar, and I find that it honestly works very well. So, and the mechs are all good mechs in here too. So, very, very nice. Especially that darn damage radius implant. You thief. Bet you stole it from me. I was going to get it, and then you stole it. It's definitely what happened. Alright, let me check. Sentry. Hold on. Bad nightmares. Okay, I'll check your hangar after Sentry. You've had it for months. You talking about the damage radius implant? Some thoughts here. If I was to exclude one implant, it would be the damage implant because the pilot already covers that. Yeah, exactly, Sentry. That's basically my reasoning. Like, the pilot already includes so much damage that, like, if you're gonna toss one, you're gonna want to toss damage. Except when it comes to surge or anything that tends to die quickly. If there's something that tends to die really quickly, then you're always better off. Wait. Oh, okay. Hold on. I saw a shadow with shotguns, and I thought I was in my hangar for a second. I was like, why does it have a shotgun 8 and a shotgun 4? This looks dangerous, Sentry. I'll get to it in a second. But yeah. But yeah, the damage implants are the ones that I would kick out. Unless it's on a surge or anything that dies really quickly, then you want as much damage as quickly as possible. In which case, damage implants are great. But still, rare damage implants max out at 12%, which is garbage and not worth investing in. Can I review your hangar next? Arena Gaming, maybe. Bad Nightmares, okay. I'll check yours. I'm not going to be doing everybody's. It was like the 3rd free crate I opened when I got Legendary Missile Rack Radius. Oh my goodness, DJ, that's super lucky. Like that literally defines Missile Rack as like a much better weapon. If you can get that implant, it completely changes the Missile Rack game. So like if you can upgrade it once or twice, do it, because that's gonna be great. Shotguns aren't that upgraded, but it's a lot of fun. Oh man. I've said this before, and I'll say it again as many times as it takes. Shotguns are great weapons, and they work well on a lot of different things, but they don't work on anything nearly as well as they work on Shadow. Like, they are just Shadow's weapon. They are perfect. And if you can like figure out the exact playstyle of both the weapons and the mech, you will just destroy people. Interesting that you have Faye here. I'm assuming you swapped Shadow out with rocket mortar setup that you had at one point, which is fair because you don't necessarily want just a random pilot in there. But yeah, I mean, even Jester doesn't even work that bad. I would say it's relatively worthwhile just using Jester instead of like a different pilot, because then like if you want to swap it back, you have to change all the implants. Ability duration and shotgun reload are two of the main things that you do want in here. The ability duration is really, really good. The shotgun range is fantastic, but the shotgun reload is probably the best. Phase, your shotgun pilot, you don't use mortars. Interesting. So you're just avoiding rare pilots in general. I guess that's kind of fair. But I think, hold on. I don't have it with me right now, do I? No, I can go grab it though. 1 second. I have like a... I have like a stack of index cards that I just wrote down a stupid amount of information on in terms of like mech and weapon upgrade costs and things, but I did the same with pilots. And I think I included their skill percent boosts on the back. Yes, I did. So, like a rare pilot maxes out at like 17% for the... well, it maxes out at 12% for the innate skill. But the general like damage skill is 17%. So that's almost 30% extra. The general damage on an epic is 25%. So technically speaking, you're losing out on about 4% of extra damage by using an epic instead of a rare of the like correct type, which is why I prefer to use a rare pilot as opposed to just using an epic of a different type just because it is epic. You do get more HP out of the epic one, but I feel like overall the rare one is not bad, and it's really easy to upgrade too. But yeah, the ability duration in terms of implants, these are great. The shotgun damage I would definitely leave as is and not upgrade it anymore. But ability duration and shotgun reload are the ones you want to focus on, because that determines how many runs you can make in one ability duration. Like increasing the duration means you can, you know, fire more times without while being in stealth. Shotgun reload means you can fit more mags while being in stealth. And that's really good. You checking here, check your implants. Yeah, I will. You need the range though. Yeah. If you get the range implant, replace it with the damage one. Replace shotgun damage for range. It's much better. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he will if he manages to get it. He might just not have it. You might make one YouTube video be the Tengu no weapons challenge for the keys. That's fair. The reason why you chose an epic pilot over Jester is because I prefer the HP increase over the damage increase. Felt it's better for Shadow, plus that one extra implant definitely pulls it together. This is true, but Shotgun Shadow in general doesn't require a lot of different implants, and that's the same reason I put railguns on Torchlight instead of Maverick, is because railgun setups don't really require a lot of different implants. They really you really only need just the reload one is really the only main one. Shotgun Shadow can use the three main implants that it can use are like range, reload, and ability duration. So yeah, you could definitely use 3. That brings us to question of, oh, you have the legendary arc range. I wasn't even able to get this. That's crazy. I haven't even gotten an epic arc range. Does it even exist, actually, now that I think about it? I also heard Sentry and Scape's stream. I mean, yeah, Sentry is a mod in Scape's streams. Same as mine. So don't make him mad. But yeah, I got a legendary shotgun range, but I never got a legendary Arc Torrent range, so that's really good. That's really good. And then the damage into mag implants, both very solid. Unfortunately, I decided that Shadow was just like my top setup, so I put G-Lock on that instead of like the Arc Torrent. So yeah, I'm a little bit limited in terms of like what implants I can put on Arc Torrent. I feel like Arc Torrent has decent ammo, so I tend to prefer damage over ammo capacity. But it does kind of depend. But both of these are very good. Arc 10 Stalker is crazy. Disc 12 Panther, very good. Rosa. Ability cooldown, damage, or damage radius, and general damage. You might... I mean, how much is that by? Like ability cooldown by 15%. I feel like you might be better off if you had like an epic or legendary disc launcher reload. If you have either of those. If all you have is like a rare one, then yeah, it's not really worth it. But if you have at least an epic disc launcher reload, then that would probably be better than ability cooldown on a Panther, I would say. Major. Carbine damage, carbine mag, carbine reload, and ability damage. Very nice. I personally don't like carbines. I think they're very underpowered. But maybe that's just me. 2 carbine 10s on Ares. So you're going all in with the carbines. Damage and reload. I can see how they would probably work decently on Ares. Killshot? I don't know. I feel like Killshot would do better with like missile racks, to be completely honest. And then you could put like Nova on Killshot and put Major on Ares. And get rid of that last rear pilot. Of course, you do need that rear pilot to complete one of like the daily pilot tasks or whatever. So if that's why you keep them around, then I'm not really surprised. Okay, who else? Carbines are hard to aim for fast mechs. Yeah, they're hard to aim, but also the damage that they do is dealt over a longer period of time. And that's the reason that Stasis Beam isn't a great weapon. And that kind of makes carbines not a great weapon. How did Sentry become famous between Mech Arena content creators? Because he's just a generally good guy. Because he's always around and he's always helpful. So lots of us trust him. It's kind of hard to make me mad. I would have used Major for the shotguns, but I'm too big of a carbine fan. I hate carbines, but it's mostly because they kind of share similar mechanics as like missile rack, and I cannot aim them very well. I wish that pilots and implants had penalties like more range, less damage, or reload. So like a pro and a con. I wouldn't really mind that. But then again, putting on like 3 implants even, like if you ended up, wouldn't they basically all just negate each other? And at that point, if you had 3 implants and like each of them buffed one thing and like negated another, like range, damage, and reload, you would basically effectively end up with just a small amount of extra damage, a small amount of extra reload, a small amount of extra range. You may as well just make them all just straight damage, range, reload, but just not as much. which is more of what I would like to see. It's just like a slightly toned down version of pilot implants. Okay, I think. Okay, here's Bad Nightmares. Just gonna check yours. 469. 1, 2, 3. If this is not you, do let me know as quickly as possible. I saw Rocket Mortar on Killshot. I feel like you changed that just to make me not as mad at you, but okay. Alright, I'll ignore it for now. Could review your alt account. Yeah. Pretty sure you already know what's going on with your alt account. It's you? Okay, good. So, maxed out Panther, maxed out Killshot. Those are typically the two mechs that people max out first. And that's not necessarily a bad idea, because they're two of the most powerful mechs. Panther being the most, Killshot being the second. Rocket Mortar on Guardian. Obviously, there's a lot of things that Guardian works really well with, but and Rocket Mortar is just like an everything weapon. It does basically the same with everything, because you don't actually see people with it. You just hide in a corner and let your teammates spot everybody. But as far as that goes, Guardian is a pretty decent choice. Brick House, honestly, 20 energy. If you have the Missile Rack 12, you could put like a 12 and an 8, but you probably don't, otherwise you would have done that. In terms of Brick House, just in general, it seems really, really weak. Because not only is its HP, like, yeah, it's got high HP, but like high HP barely means anything in this game. It's just a matter of like one extra shot or something like that. Don't have the 12, yeah, that's fair. That's what I thought. But like high HP doesn't mean a whole lot. You're basically getting one shot anyway, by most things. So in that regard, you really just want something that's a bit faster and a bit like smaller of a target, and Brick House is not it. Brick House is a huge target and it's super slow. It's almost impossible to get yourself out of a bad situation. So probably I can probably pretty accurately guess that most of the time when you go in with Brick House, you don't come out alive. You can get some decent missile rack damage in there, but then you're stuck in a reload, and you know you're using up your overcharger for literally one salvo. Although, let me see. Missile rack reload 10%. Oh, you got the damage radius too. Very, very nice. In that regard, yeah, Missile Rack's not a bad weapon, but still not really optimal for Brick House, to be honest. You could put the Missile Racks on Zephyr and then put the Arc Torrents on Brick House, and that might do a little bit better, because Missile Rack is like such a burst weapon, and that really benefits from Zephyr's ability. Everything's frozen. You can literally just like send all of your damage in like a couple seconds worth of salvo and then get behind a corner before your ability's gone, like if somebody manages to survive or something. But Arc Torrent's also a really good one, so I've really no complaints about that. But still, what is the average reload speed? 10 seconds? Okay. So the ability duration of Brick House is like 10 seconds, right? Yeah. So you maybe get 2 salvos out of the Missile Rack before your ability is done, so long as you activate your ability and then immediately fire your weapons. Even still, though, not really worth using Brick House. I would try like Juggernaut or Ares, both better options because they can actually protect themselves and they're also faster. And Juggernaut has more HP, so has that going for it too. Railgun Panther, very, very popular choice. Neither of these implants are really worth upgrading this far. You get a maximum of 12% out of either of these. So realistically, you just want to upgrade it a couple times and use that as a placeholder. Upgrading it a couple times can kind of optimize the amount you spend versus the amount that you get out of it. After that, you start spending a little bit too much and not getting too much in return. Because, like, at level 1, it's like 2%, right? And then at level 2, it's like 4%, and then 6, and then 8, and then 10, or something like that. Well, no, it's not even that. So it goes from 8 to 12? Okay, so it's 2, and then 3, and then 5, and then 7. So upgrading it 3 times gets you like 1%, and then 2%, and then another 2%. And then after that, it costs a lot just to get that extra 1%. So unless you max it out, it's not even worth it. And that's actually maxed out at 10%, not even 12. Interesting. So definitely not worth it in that regard. And then kind of the same thing with this. Like you get an extra 2%, an extra 2%, an extra 2%. And it's basically, it's literally just 2% for every upgrade. But then you have to consider how many implant parts am I using for an extra 2%. And, you know, how many is considered worthwhile when I could just, you know, wait for a better implant and then use those implant parts on that. Hold on, I don't think I did everybody. G-Lock. These are all good. I haven't gotten anything better than a rare Arc Torrent range implant either. Maxing out the rare Arc Torrent range is literally the only rare implant that's actually worth maxing out. And then you got damage and ability cooldown, both solid, Do you not have Major? That's interesting. I just kind of figured most people had Major just because it's the only legendary pilot, but I guess it's not really worth getting if you don't main carbines. Excuse me. I mean, again, 2 to 3 times is the max that I would upgrade this. And that's what you've done. You've done 3. So I would not upgrade it any more than you have. Probably would have only upgraded it like twice. After that, it's not really worth it. This one, the radius and the damage. I don't think there's a reload implant for mortars. So yeah, I think those are probably the 2 best ones that you can get. And both of those are epic, so they're both worth upgrading. But yeah, overall, it's pretty solid. Again, I would probably switch out Brickhouse with like an Ares or a Juggernaut. Or anything with like a decent amount of HP, but, you know, a bit more speed or a bit more useful ability. No Major. Yeah, that's what I thought. And that's fair, that's fair. If you don't necessarily plan to be upgrading it, then it's not really worth buying him, because he does cost quite a bit. Yes, I did, because it's good for doing no damage kills. Don't have to. My Brickhouse is already high level after I max my Guardian. I'll upgrade my Ares. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And like I tell a lot of people, if they've already bought Brickhouse, I don't suggest that you do buy the Brickhouse. But if you've already bought it, it works very well against like low level things, just because it starts at rank 5 and it's not too costly to rank up. So yeah, basically just in that regard, just don't upgrade it any more than you already have. Your Arc Zephyr is easy to get monster kill. I mean, Zephyr in general. If anyone needs Lancer facts, let me know. Hamp's gun. You know all the Lancer facts. but you maxed out rare shotgun range. Did he max it out? Oh, I maxed it out. Yeah, that's true. I did. That was actually before I realized that like higher versions of that implant even existed, because I hadn't like I hadn't gone too in depth like looking at all of the different implants, because there's a lot there. I actually didn't realize that a legendary one, or possibly even an epic one, even existed. And I was getting a lot of usage out of the rare one, so I was just like, I'll just max that out. And I also wanted to see how it looked, like for a video. I had just maxed out my pilot, so I was like, yeah, I may as well max out an implant too. Which one do I think, would give me the most, value for my money? It would have definitely been the range, because the range is the most important on a close range weapon. Basically, the only way to get Arc 12 is to buy the tokens, right? Yeah, at the moment. You have to buy the tokens in order to get it. If you wait for, I don't know, at least a few weeks, they usually have an A-coin event for it. So yeah, that'll probably cost a total of like 4,000 to 5,000. So if you save up 4,000 to 5,000 A-coins, you can be pretty sure that you'll be able to get the Arc 12 when it comes out in an A-coin event at some point. Wow, my game's kind of glitching out right now. But yeah, when you get that, when that comes out, I don't really recommend that like people actually try to open the events if they don't have enough A-coins to guarantee that they get everything. Because otherwise it's potentially just like wasting a lot of A-coins on something that you'll never really use for like a very, very long time. Or potentially ever. Yeah, no problem. Alright, so I don't know. Do I want to? I guess I'll play at least one with Redux. I kind of want to try it. You always do, and always get the reward. Yeah. That's how you want to do it. Because if you even, leave the possibility of you spending all of your A-coins and then just like the last reward not being the one thing that you wanted, that would really suck. And there's genuinely nothing you can do about it at that point. If you're free to play, then like you're just kind of screwed. And that's all of your A-coins that you spent for basically nothing. Which is why I normally don't suggest people even try it unless they can guarantee the thing that they're after. Come on. Oh, I got him. Uh-oh. That's not good, I don't want that. I'm just gonna more or less just wait for the people to keep respawning up here so I can keep killing them. Or they'll just kill me. Or both. Okay. You're saying you always don't have the amount you need for guaranteed and always get the reward. Interesting. I wouldn't recommend that you do that, to be honest. Because if you try and you don't end up getting the one thing that you were after, There goes all your A coins. And if you're okay with that, like some people grind for tournament a lot, and they're okay with grinding for tournament a lot. And in that regard, that's completely fine. Do what you want to do. But in general, if A coins are really hard to come by for you, and you don't have enough, probably not a good idea. Come on, stop turning. Thank you. On which days do I stream? Tuesday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Dude, am I forgetting one? I stream on Sunday and Wednesday on YouTube anyway. In terms of Twitch, that's just kind of whenever I can, whenever I feel like it. I haven't created a Twitch schedule yet, unfortunately. But in terms of YouTube, just Sunday and Wednesday. I want to try that again, but like, maybe I want a 5v5 for this. For Redux, anyway. I'm not checking any more hangars right now. You want to know whether you should rank up your Maverick or stay with the 5-star rare Torchlight? Well, I mean, Maverick's just going to be better in the long run, so the sooner you ditch Torchlight for the Maverick, the better. I mean, feel free to keep using Torchlight until you have your Maverick ranked up enough to where he's doing the same or better. You know what I'm saying? Plus, Maverick gives you an extra implant, so that also determines whether or not you're going to want to do that. I see Gator. UFC Gator. Not looking forward to that. Ah, dang it. I forgot. Cheat is right. What in the world is going on? Oh gosh, oh gosh. Crazy things are happening. I think I came out of nowhere. Any idea when Diz 16 gonna come out? I need blueprints because each blueprint is 248 coins. They're very expensive. And I do not know when it's gonna come out in the progress path, if at all. A lot of people think that it's never going to, but I think it will eventually. In terms of when, I have absolutely no idea. Like, it sounds to me like they're trying to, like, come up with something as, like, almost like a replacement for the progress path. Don't quote me on that, because, like, the way that they worded it anyway. And the progress path is getting, like, super cluttered with a lot of different things. They can't just keep adding stuff to it without changing, like, a lot of other things. Like, you know, the amount of XP you need in order to finish it. You know, what are people going to do if they already finished it? Are they just going to, you know, be stuck at, like, the same amount that they left off at? Or what's going to happen with that? So they probably have a lot to figure out in that regard. And I think they're going to kind of rework it before adding anything else. Oh man, we barely won that. Didn't realize Gator was being, like, that crazy with, like, whatever he was using. Probably that, I would assume. Nah, fair enough. Arc 12 eats enemies, yeah. I mean, obviously I knew you were gonna dash at me, but I just didn't care. Still got half my HP. Suck it. Okay, bye. Hello. How are you? Oh, I got him. Don't die, people. Never mind, they did. Oh, come on. The last second they got 2 kills? That's bogus. I'll keep starting with the Redux just because that's what I decided I'd do. Look, pal, I get it. Bombard me with freaking discount. Get out of here. Oh. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, jeez, he chained. I forgot that if he shot somebody else that was standing right next to me like a retard, that it would chain to me. Good day to you, sir. What do you have? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Yes, barely. Isn't it a bad deal for Paragon not having implants? Kind of messed up. Yeah, Paragon doesn't have any mech specific implants, does it? Who are the MVPs? I mean, 10 kills with that isn't bad. It's through 3 rounds, so it was really just like 3 kills per round. It's not that great. You've beaten Gator before? Nice. I have too. Not my first time. I'm sure he's beaten me. I'm sure he's beaten you a couple of times as well. Our pilots' names are like a color in Asian food. Light from a stick with a coal on top. A circus clown and a little piece of burning material. Yeah, I mean, I think they're named to be, like, you know, a little less impressive than other people. Check your highest damage, it probably increased. No, I don't think so. Yeah, no. It's been like that for a while. I can check. Let me see, battle log. Personal. What was my damage? Where does it show? Does it show her damage? Where? No, I guess not. It's kind of irritating, but yeah, no, it's been like that for a while. That definitely was by no means my best game. Like, my best game was crazy, man. I don't even remember what happened, but it doesn't show in 5v5. Oh, that's fair. Only shows damage in CPC. I see, I see. Is there anybody else that I kind of wanted to try? I mean, I could try, like, Guardian, but I don't really have anything else that I can fit these on, so. I didn't get a very good game with Stalker, to be honest, but I think I might call the stream here. Your best game was 41 kills. Nice. Probably with rocket mortars. Am I right? Try Stalker. Paragon. I did try Paragon. It didn't end very well. I already tried Stalker, and yeah, I think I got a decent game with it. What did I get? Like 12 or 13? One game with Paragon Arc 12s. Alright, fine. I'll do one more round with Paragon because I do recall that it did not go very well. I'm gonna change the skin because that's probably what messed me up. Black carbon's not bad. Should I try a 5v5? Or a quick match? Probably a 5v5. Single Arc 12 Cheetah. I could do a single Arc 12, what's it called? Lancer, too. Dual Railgun Panther did 36 kills. I mean, not really surprised. Technically, like, it's technically still just like the most powerful setup that you can get. I mean, in terms of just like, you know, raw damage and stuff. Rocket mortars are very, very good too, but like slightly more situational. Why you do me like that? And it's UFC Gator again. I don't want this guy. Get out of here, dude. Okay, I want him to think that I'm sticking up here, and then I'm just gonna go down. Get out of here. Oh, hello. How are you guys? Doing well, I hope. Not. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Well, this is it. Paragon versus Ares. Fight! Ah, never mind. Don't fight. Well, that didn't end well at all. Oh gosh, oh no. Killshot's just so stupid. I don't care who says otherwise. I really don't. I don't care how much you like Killshot. It's just... it's so dumb. That one was my fault. Gosh dang it. Get out of the way, please. Oh, dang it. Really lucky he didn't freeze me right then. Okay, well, I guess we're going in again. Trying to... This is not gonna end well. Thank you for the boost. Yeah. 10k with back armor is not that good. If you mean getting shot in the back. Well, this isn't gonna end well, I don't think. How about I do Killshot Arc 6? No thanks. I refuse to join that group of cultists that is Killshot users. Owie. Owie. You love that setup for Shadow. Yeah, it's really fun. Better than those lame kill shots. Yeah, I said it. You dare me to rank up kill shot? You're gonna have to do a lot better than dare me, DJ. Like I said before, if it wasn't so ridiculous, maybe I would start using it. Zephyr seems like it's a lot less popular now among like real players anyway. So I'm sort of slowly upgrading my Zephyr, but not any priority of mine. If Killshot gets to that point, then sure, I'll upgrade it. Same with Panther. Same with Rocket Mortar. I'll use anything that is not just like stupid. Lancer is fun, and if not played badly, is very good. I mean, anything can be good if you like play it perfectly. If you beat me in a 1v1, you have to rank up Killshot. Yeah, no thanks. Here is the only way that I will upgrade Killshot is if I get some type of donation from Twitch or YouTube, like Super Chat or something like that. Like I said earlier, if you wanna donate and you're like, hey, use this to upgrade Killshot, I will 100% do it. But upgrading Killshot is not going to be anything that comes out of the resources that I pool up, because it is absolutely not something that I even want to use. You avoided Killshot for a couple months. I caved in last month. I'm sorry. So many people do. Everybody's just like, oh, my favorite mech is Killshot. It's like, yeah, you and everyone else. No offense to anybody, really. Like, it's the same with rocket mortars. Like, they're good. There's no getting around that. There's no denying that it's a good thing to use, and it's pretty cheap to get. It's something that you get pretty early. There's really no reason for you to not use it. I just don't use it because I feel like they're unnecessarily powerful, and I just, out of spite, I decide I'm not going to use it. I do not blame anyone for using it, and I don't blame anyone for using rocket mortars. If you use rocket mortars on Killshot, that I do blame you for, because you're just being a different kind of person at that point. You're not utilizing Killshot to its fullest potential if you're using rocket mortars on it. Which is better, Tengu Shotgun 8s or Shadow? For me, definitely Shadow. Shadow perfectly encapsulates what you want to see in a mech that uses shotguns. Like, shotgun is absolutely perfect for Shadow, in my opinion. At least the way that I use it. In terms of which is generally better, Tengu is generally better than Shadow, so like a maxed out Tengu, super deadly. Super, super deadly. Your favorite mech is Panther. I mean, yeah. It doesn't, like, Panther doesn't seem like it's super powerful, but it really is. And that's why I upgraded mine so many times. I bought it and then I upgraded it, and it was like, man, I'm really good at this game. And then I was like, you know what? Panther's just like super good. The stasis barrier is the best ability in the game. Regardless of how little HP Panther has, even if it was a lot slower, this Panther would still just be one of the best mechs because the stasis barrier is 100% impenetrable. Don't say that it's it's gonna end in disaster. Hampscon, I don't care. That just means that I don't end up ranking up my kill shot. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I do not intend to use this thing until it's at least somewhat balanced. Same with mortars. First 2-3 months, Killshot legit looked slow to me. It's the fastest mech in the game. How did that look slow? So you mean like in CPC Shadow's better and for TDM Tango's better? Depends on the map, I guess. But in general, I guess you could say that. You could say that. Do another 5v5 and try to time drop. Yeah, time dropping in Mech Arena is not really like time dropping in War Robots. It doesn't really work. You don't like using slow mechs? I mean, that's fair. I mean, I've been using a lot of light mechs, so I feel you on that. Slow mechs don't really get the job done half the time, especially if the job is literally everything because AI bots are absolutely useless. Show us your kill shot and why you don't use it. I already said why I don't use it. I use it because it's just like unreasonably effective. It's the same reason I don't use mortars. It's literally base level. Rank 2, level 1. Haven't upgraded it a single time. I didn't even buy it, but there was like an equipment bug. And I ended up just getting it for free. Guess my favorite mech. I don't think anyone will guess correctly. Hampscon, I'm pretty sure it's Lancer. It looked slow. I was hating because it had a big wheel, but the bots never used booster abilities, so it looked very slow to me. First achievement. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, it's like even just general speed, it's the fastest in the game without its ability. I think without its ability, it's like 30 kph or something stupid like that. 29 kph, yeah, it's the fastest in the game. I don't know how that could look slow. I mean, I'm not like arguing like, yeah, it could probably look like not the fastest, but I don't know how that could look slow. It seems weird. The light mechs are great but expensive to upgrade. They're also not really worth it because not only are they super expensive to upgrade, but like you can only equip a maximum of 8 energy weapons on them, like once you max them out. And 8 energy weapons in general are not that good. You feel bad for that kill shot, it's your favorite mech. I mean, yeah. It's most people's favorite mech. And again, I don't really have a problem with it. Anyone who wants to use it, go ahead, feel free. It's in the game for a reason. It's not like it's off limits and you hacked you hacked the game in order to get it. Like, I don't care. Use whatever you want to use. But I personally don't want to use something that gives me an unfair advantage in any way. Not in terms of mechs anyway. I do try a lot of different weapons, and I've been, you know, sort of staying away from disc launchers. I recently maxed out my Guardian, so I have disc launchers on that. In terms of Arc Torrents are just really ridiculously good. And I wanted to get the 12s, because that's the only way that my Surge is ever going to be anything decent. I'm pretty sure. But, like, yeah. In general, I try to use things that I have more fun with, and I have the most fun using things that aren't necessarily going to give me any kind of like advantage over everybody else. Yeah, you like to get Max Shadow. It costs 2,500 acorns for first star upgrade. It gets worse from there, Mech Arena Gaming. Like, it's $37.50 is what it costs to get up to rank 5, and then $37.50 is what it costs to get up to rank 6 as well. So light mechs are stupidly expensive. You're gonna feed your hamster now. Okay. I was a complete noob following my heart with autocannon 4s before I turned meta when I met Swinky. I mean, I never wasted my time with like autocannons or RPGs because I knew that they weren't like very high max energy. There weren't really any high energy variants of it, so it wasn't really worth my time. But I spent a lot of time with like long arms as opposed to railguns, and I avoided missile racks just because I was terrible with aiming them. But I've been using them a lot more lately, and I'm enjoying it. Like there's a lot of risk reward in terms of like missile rack. Like if you miss, you're screwed because there's a really long reload ahead of you. And I'm okay with that. Brickhouse firing at you with Disquantress is so hard to beat. Q in Panther with impenetrable stasis barrier. Yeah, no, I know. Panther is super cheap. All of the like the heavier mechs are super cheap. I have absolutely no idea why the light mechs are the most expensive, but they are. And it's completely not fair because light mechs aren't even that good. Like the attackers and medium mechs are significantly better than the light mechs, and they just, for whatever reason, make them more expensive anyway. You want to play custom matches with no pilots? We're gonna have to save that for Sunday. I think I'm about to end the stream. I'm getting kind of tired. Do something else for a while. It's because 8 weapons cost less to upgrade than 16 energy weapons. I guess that's true. I suppose. I don't think that balances out, though, but... Like, I still don't think it balances out, but you are correct in that regard. Is Surge actually good? No, it's not. It's really not. I use it because it's not good. Which is dumb when you think about it. It's the same reason that I don't use Killshot because it is good. Again, I'm not saying that it's necessarily, like, a great idea. I'm just saying that that's the way that I work. I want to use things that are a little bit more challenging. 3 hours, is that how long it's been? Yeah, it's been like 3 hours. It's alright, though. Sunday streams usually last for, like, 4 or 5. Tengu is a great light mech, yeah. Yeah. Tengu is great, but it's still not meta, and I doubt it ever will be. And the reason is because it is a light mech, and it can only carry 8 energy weapons. If it was a 24 energy mech, if it was a medium mech and had 24 max energy, it would be a completely different story. Tengu would be like one of the top meta mechs. But it's just the fact that it really doesn't have that much firepower. And firepower is like everything in this game. Half of these weapons can like 1 to 2 shot you. So it's all about just 1 to 2 shotting them before they can do it to you. Swinky made me buy mortars. Blame him if there's someone for him. I don't blame anybody for using what's effective. I mean, it's effective for a reason, and people use it because it's effective. And I'll be completely honest, that's exactly the way that I was when I used to play War Robots. I got all of like the top stuff, the best stuff. I used all of the meta weapons and bots. And all of that. And that's just the way that I enjoyed playing that game. And then I got kind of tired of it and came here. And this is just the way that I enjoy playing this game, so. Arachnos is the worst, hands down. Surge is really useful. Yeah. In terms of the ability, yeah, Arachnos has got a super garbage ability, but it's got a lot better like energy capacity. And it's got significantly better HP, so I don't know, depending on what your playstyle is. Yeah. Arachnos is definitely really bad. You want to see a buff to the Surge, like more health and reduce the damage taken while it's dashing, like 50%. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, that would be a cool idea. Just like reduce the damage that it takes while it's dashing. I like that idea, and I would definitely like to see that. It definitely needs something. Like, for a legendary mech that costs 9,000 A coins, that's stupid. Like, there's no reason that it should cost that much and be this bad. What you think are top 5 mechs? Well, that would be Panther as number 1, Killshot as number 2, probably Stalker as number 3 by now. Zephyr as number 4, and Guardian as number 5. One of the things that are a bit more challenging, you know what time it is. Yeah. Hamsgun, again, I would love to rank up my Lancer, but it costs so much. It costs so much, and there's no way for me to justify it. Like, I couldn't even use shotgun 8s on a Lancer that well. Like, it's just not the Lancer's playstyle. Now, if autocannon 8s came out, sure, I'd probably end up ranking up Lancer at that point, because that would be a great mech to try it on. Max shotgun 8 with Sky Strike has enough firepower for small maps such as Acropolis. Yeah. But that's an entirely different story because shotgun 8 got a 25% damage buff, which makes it essentially a shotgun 10. I'm talking about actual 8 energy weapons, like the range of firepower that you legitimately find in the average 8 energy weapon. Shotgun 8's a different story. Do I still play War Robots? No, I don't. I stopped like probably close to like 4 years ago. Surge has the distance increase implant. You could dash across the map quickly and deal damage to campers. This is true, but that's assuming some bot Zephyr doesn't snipe you while you're dashing, number 1. And number 2, if you don't hit them, you're kind of screwed. Plus, I really feel like in terms of different implants, like the Surge dash distance is just not the primary implant, in my opinion. It's not the one that you really want to focus on. It's one that you could get, but like, it's not really a flanking mech because you need to have support with it. If you're by yourself, you're probably going to die because literally anything can take you out pretty quickly. So you want to have some type of like nearby support of some kind. Shadow is like a flanking mech because it has the stealth and you can get in and you can get out. Surge, you can't get out. You can get in, but you can't get out. You think Killshot needs an ability range nerf to 25 meters so it'll be balanced? I mean, I could get behind that. It's a melee dash, not like a drive across the map dash. Like, come on. I don't mind that it does a lot of damage, but like, it goes so far. Like, nerf the damage that it deals, nerf the like distance that it goes. One of the two. Shotguns are not ideal for Lancer. Jav 8 is better. Yeah, but like, I'm not a Javelin user. They're kind of like mortars in that like they kind of work the same on basically everything. What about 6 to 10 top mechs? That's where it gets a little bit more sketchy, and it's a little bit more opinion based. So I don't think I'm necessarily going to like give you like an exact 6 to 10, but I would say terms of like number 6, probably Ares. Number 7, probably Tengu. Number 8, I mean, there's only 17 mechs. Number 8, I see a lot of Redox. It's not great, but it's got really high energy capacity, so... Well, probably more like Shadow. 8 is probably Shadow. 9 is probably more like Redox. And then 10 would be... I don't know. Maybe Juggernaut? Play one more before you gotta go. I plan on just stopping it here, Bad Nightmares. In tournaments, I sometimes go Surge first by dashing in and deal damage to campers. Then I switch to another mech. Surge is kind of a kamikaze playing style. Yeah, but I don't think it's necessarily like a great idea to use anything as a kamikaze playing style. Because, especially if it's just like campers, if all you're doing is just going in and then dealing some damage to some mortar users before you die, realistically that's not going to affect the end of the game at all. Like, everything that happens after that is entirely up to what you're using, what kind of mechs and what kind of weapons you're using after that. The Surge really doesn't, like, actually contribute to the end of that, really in much of any way. Don't go. I don't know. I don't really feel like playing anymore, to be honest. Juggernaut is easily top 6. I mean, it depends on your playstyle, DJ. And the same goes with a lot of different things. Like, Shadow could be considered, like, top 3 or 4 by a lot of people who are really good at using Shadow. I agree that Juggernaut is really good. I haven't really used it too much, and I don't plan on upgrading it until, like, I've gotten the Aegis and, you know, have actually, like, upgraded that to a fair amount and have determined, you know, whether or not I want to max Aegis first or whether or not I want to max Juggernaut first. So, yeah. But I do want to use Juggernaut a lot more in the near future. Hitbox uses Juggernaut over Ares. Yeah. And that, again, it depends on your playstyle. Depends on what you like. But in general, the best mechs are just the ones that are the easiest to use. It's the ones that if you just use them with, like, a general, like, being relatively skilled, but not necessarily a master at using the mech, the average player could get more kills with, like, a Panther and a kill shot as ever than they could with, like, a Juggernaut, so... Juggy is slow and Ares is way better. Well, Juggy also has more HP, a better shield, and, you know, more shield durability. So again, depending on how you play the tank, you could technically get more out of the Juggernaut than you could the Ares. Top 5 mechs with the highest skill ceiling. 5 Paragon, 4 Tengu, 3 Cheetah, 2 Shadow, 1 Lancer. Yeah, some have like a really hard like learning curve, and that's kind of what I do to like rank, you know, best to worst mechs. Jug Shield is the best for tanking railgun shots. I mean, it's also the best for tanking mortar shots because it covers the entirety of the mech and not just the front. Juggy can block mortar, yeah, exactly. Alright, anyway. Thanks everybody for sticking around. I'm gonna stream again on Sunday, obviously. In terms of like Twitch, I have no idea. Probably not today, but maybe tomorrow. Other than that, yeah, it's just kind of regular, regular schedule. Yeah. Jogi is good, but it's super slow, so I prefer Ares. Yeah, it's most of the reason most people prefer Ares, because the speed meta is definitely a thing. And it's a large part of a lot of different things, so. Didn't mean to invite me. It's alright, it's alright. Lancer can dodge mortar. He can dodge mortar. But alright. Thanks everybody for joining. I'll see you hopefully Sunday when we do custom games, actually. Because that's when I do customs, so yeah. Goodbye.